If you are currently in the stage where you're feeling lost, confused as to who you are, I'm here to tell you that that place you're sitting in is actually going to be the space that you will find the greatest moment of your life. Because it's in the confusion and in this space of identity loss that you will begin to find the answers as to who you are and who you should become. You see, oftentimes when we're in this place, usually it can stem from the fact that we are tired of being this performer that we've been being for however long we've been performing. There's a healthy amount, and then there's the exaggerated amount that seeks to soothe itself. Deep beneath, in the unconscious realm, we are controlled, oftentimes, if unaware, by complexes. These complexes, imagine them having their own personalities. And they want to manifest themselves to heal, to balance, to find some form of control. And when they breach into your conscious mind, they seek to grip onto something. So, for example, let's say you were made to feel inferior as a child, less than, constantly felt to be less than. And so over time, you felt that you've had to prove yourself to have value be given to you. And so that breached up into the conscious mind, and then you start to say, I have to become this world-class wrestler. I have to have the biggest business anyone ever could imagine. And when I have that, then I'll be valued. And maybe then I can prove them wrong. But that is the inner child wounded and hurt and trying to heal. But what happens when we have the ego take all the control and move forward with everything, we shape it into a performer, something we're not. It doesn't mean that you're bad for it. It doesn't mean that you're lying. It's just a way for us to heal and soothe. And so we play this actor. And then one day you get to a place where you feel like you don't know who you are anymore. Because we've abandoned to some degree that inner child that wants to heal, wants to bring itself forward. And so what I usually always advise is that in that space, allow yourself to be a nobody. Drop all the expectations, everything you think you have to be. Just put it down. Because it's in putting it down and giving yourself that space, you will then might look at it and go, I don't know if I want to pick this particular thing up anymore. And that's when you might find yourself confused. Well, I don't know who I am. But rest assured, it is the integration of your ego and soul that you will find the holistic side of your being and unite fully, and then actually start to derive purpose and meaning from that place. But it has to start from understanding the pains you're feeling. What are its complexes? Where did it come from? Who put this on you? And when you begin to understand both elements, the light that it's brought you, but also the darkness, we often get fixated on the pains that it brought. Which is why sometimes we get stuck to old stories. And we wonder, why are we stuck on these old stories that bring me pain? Perhaps it gives us meaning. Perhaps it gives us a sense of purpose to feel this pain. But then we also have to see the other side, the duality, that it has brought also, perhaps, this perseverance, this visionary thinking, this compassion for other people, that we feel this is the good side and the other side is the bad, but they're both within the same complex. And when we understand and go through a process of either accepting, integrating them, letting go of the stories we no longer feel it serves us anymore, they're old stories, or reinterpreting the memory, reimagining it moving forward. Now, this has to be done through journaling. We have to write down what we're feeling. Where does this draw down to? Express it. And if you do it in combination with this period of being a nobody, I call being a nobody, it'll allow you to space to be clear. And always remember, you have to approach this with curiosity and adventure. If you judge and you criticize, you'll shy away that inner child and then further inhabit the realm of the ego alone, which you're not ego alone. You have to have both in participation. I like to think of it as a Venn diagram. You have one circle that's the ego and one circle that is the soul and the self. And having those overlap as much as possible. You can do it through journaling, as I've said. What you can also do is with what I call my 3-6-1 principle. 3 years, 6 months, and daily. Apply this with a daily practice of journaling when you feel there's something important to journal. Having a 6-month target that says, I want to see if I can connect the dots as to why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling for most of my life. What stories have been controlling me and how have its patterns manifested into my conscious life. And then in 3 years, your 3-year vision, I wish to heal those elements of me so that I can integrate it into my life or let go or reinterpret so that I can be more of myself. So that I can look inwardly and say, where have you been? I've missed you and I'm sorry that it's taken this long. And then from that place, purpose will be found. And you will start to know that the misery that you felt, but it has also provided you the purpose and the greatest attributes to you, that now moving forward, you are united in those two, less in internal conflict. 3-6-1, 3 years, 6 months, and daily, in combination with journaling. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you guys to join our private community. If you click the link below, it'll send you over to my website. And then on that page is my newsletter. I send monthly newsletters all on my Rule of 3 method to help you rediscover who you are, rebuild your purpose in life, and to integrate your ego and soul so that you can live the most holistic life expressing who you really are in the balanced approach. It was something I wish I had when I was going through my own pains. And so I look forward to seeing you there. If this resonated with you, thank you very much for watching.